Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. Kamala Harris fundraising in August reached over $300 million, doubling Trump's total. Kamala Harris targeted Trump's Project 2025 in new campaign ad. Trump lawyers and special counsel clash over case schedule after Supreme Court ruling. Trump proposes Elon Musk for efficiency commission in new economic plan. Hunter Biden submitted Alford plea in $1.4 million tax evasion case. NYC Uber and Lyft drivers threaten a strike over lockout issue. Putin backs Harris with a smile as the US officials condemn Russian election interference. Xi Jinping announces $50 billion financial support for Africa at Beijing summit. France appoints Michel Barnier as new Prime Minister. Congo receives first vaccine shipment amid ongoing mpox crisis. Soccer star Alex Morgan announced retirement. And Ugandan Olympian Rebecca Cheptegei dies after fiery attack by boyfriend. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. In August 2024, Vice President Kamala Harris' political team raised more than $300 million, more than double what former President Donald Trump's campaign collected during the same period. Two sources familiar with the numbers confirmed this to media, though the exact amount was not shared. Harris' fundraising success started after President Joe Biden announced on July 21 that he would not seek re-election. The next financial report from her campaign is due on September 20. In August, Harris achieved major milestones, including selecting Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate and hosting a star-filled four-day convention in Chicago. Her campaign has raised over $540 million since she took over. Looking ahead, the Harris campaign is planning more fundraising events in cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Atlanta this month. Meanwhile, Trump's campaign raised $130 million in August and reported having nearly $300 million in cash. Trump's team said most donations came in small amounts and they are confident about building momentum for the 2024 election. Kamala Harris' presidential campaign launched a new ad focusing on Project 2025, a plan backed by Donald Trump's allies. The ad, targeting black voters in key states, warned that the plan would harm their communities by cutting voting rights protections and eliminating the Department of Education. The ad claimed that Trump's plan would take Black America backwards. The 30-second ad will air during major sporting events such as Saturday's Michigan-Texas football game and Sunday's NFL opener, aiming to reach a large audience. Harris' campaign has made Project 2025 a key issue, calling it a dangerous blueprint for Trump to gain unchecked power. Despite Trump's public statements distancing himself from the project, Harris' team continues to link him to the far-right plan. Harris will address the issue in her upcoming debate against Trump on September 10. Her campaign believes Project 2025 will hurt Trump's support among key voters, especially young people and Black Americans. Former President Donald Trump's lawyers and special counsel Jack Smith's team debated in court over how to move forward with Trump's 2020 election-related case. This was the first court session since the Supreme Court ruled that presidents are protected from prosecution for official actions. Trump's lawyer John Lauro restated his not guilty plea. The judge, Tanya Chutkan, said she will later set a schedule for the trial but did not discuss a specific date. Smith's team argued for the case to proceed quickly, while Trump's lawyers asked for more time, suggesting the trial could extend into 2025. Lauro also claimed the charges were illegitimate. The court will need to decide if Trump's actions during the 2020 election were part of his official duties or personal campaign activities. Judge Chutkan stressed that the case will not be influenced by the upcoming election. Trump's next legal steps could involve appealing, leading to more delays. Former President Donald Trump proposed new economic plans on Thursday if elected for a second term. Speaking at the Economic Club of New York, Trump supported the creation of a government efficiency commission, which he said was suggested by Elon Musk. Trump proposed that Musk lead the commission if he can find the time to audit the federal government and recommend reforms to cut waste. Trump promised the commission would develop a plan to eliminate fraud and improper payments within 6 months, claiming it would save trillions of dollars. Musk, a vocal supporter of Trump, showed interest in the role on social media, although it might raise conflict of interest concerns. In his remarks, Trump criticized the current economic policies under President Biden and outlined his vision to cut energy prices, eliminate electric vehicle mandates, and make the U.S. a leader in cryptocurrency. He also vowed to make his 2017 tax cuts permanent and introduce more tax cuts. As Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris prepare for their first debate next week, economic issues remain a key focus for voters. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Hunter Biden, President Joe Biden's son, announced through his lawyer that he will accept a guilty verdict in his tax evasion case in California. His lawyer, Abby Lowell, said Biden will submit an Alford plea, meaning he accepts the verdict while maintaining his innocence. The court paused until 2 p.m. ET to let the government review this type of plea, which is rare and requires approval from top Justice Department officials. Prosecutors said this is the first time they heard of Biden's decision. Hunter Biden is accused of failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes between 2016 and 2019. He allegedly spent much of his income on luxury items, drugs, and escorts while falsely claiming them as business expenses. Biden previously pleaded not guilty in January to charges of tax evasion and filing false returns. Though the political impact has decreased after President Biden ended his re-election campaign in July, Republicans have used Hunter's business dealings to attack the president. Hunter is also scheduled for sentencing in November for a gun case. Uber and Lyft drivers in New York City are threatening to strike due to a month-long lockout problem. They claim that many drivers are being locked out of the app, which is stopping them from earning money. The drivers are demanding a fix for the lockout and the fare increase. According to a report by Millennium News 24 correspondent Qazi Rabiuzzaman, the drivers allege that last month city authorities and the rideshare companies made a secret deal to address the lockout. However, they say this deal hasn't solved the problem completely. The drivers also argue that the agreement might be illegal and violates their rights. The New York Taxi Workers Alliance NYTWA, which represents over 20,000 taxi and rideshare drivers, plans to hold a march at City Hall next week. They have warned that if the lockout issue isn't resolved soon, drivers may go on strike. Now it's time for global updates. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Thursday that he supported Kamala Harris in the upcoming US presidential election. This comment came after the US announced indictments accusing Russia of interfering in American elections. Putin made the remark during a press conference at Russia's Eastern Economic Forum. Putin's comment was seen as a mocking gesture, especially since US officials have warned about Russian interference in US elections dating back to the 2016 contest between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Last year, Putin criticized the US political system as rotten and argued that Washington should not lecture other countries on democracy. The remark followed President Joe Biden's withdrawal from the presidential race in July. Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic candidate. Putin's statement, made with a wry smile, was interpreted as a sarcastic endorsement. The US government has repeatedly condemned Russian efforts to influence American elections and called for an end to such interference. Chinese President Xi Jinping pledged over 50 billion in financial support for Africa on Thursday, marking a significant commitment at the China-Africa Forum in Beijing. The pledge, which Xi made during the forum's opening ceremony, aims to boost cooperation in infrastructure, agriculture, mining, trade, and energy over the next 3 years. Xi has stated that the Chinese government would provide 360 billion yuan, including more than half in credit. The plan also includes 11 billion in various forms of assistance and 10 billion in investment from Chinese firms. Additionally, Xi promised to create at least 1 million jobs in Africa and allocate 141 million for military assistance, including training for 6,000 military and 1,000 law enforcement personnel. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres highlighted the potential for China-Africa relations to drive renewable energy advancements. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi described the summit as a success, emphasizing China's role in promoting prosperity and global stability. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and Congo's Jean-Claude Gakuso praised the financial pledge, calling it a major boost for Africa. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. President Emmanuel Macron named Michel Barnier, the EU's former Brexit negotiator, as France's new Prime Minister on Thursday. This decision followed over 50 days of caretaker government. Bernier, aged 73, will lead the formation of a new government aimed at stability and broad support. Macron's office stated that Bernier was chosen to build a unifying administration and to meet constitutional requirements for stability. Bernier, a seasoned politician from Haute-Savoie, had previously managed complex Brexit negotiations. He replaces Gabriel Attal, who resigned on July 16 after legislative elections resulted in a hung parliament. Attal's interim role ensured continuity during the Paris Olympics. Despite Bernier's extensive experience, including roles as Foreign European Affairs and Agriculture Minister and 2 terms as European Commissioner, his appointment faced criticism. Far-left leader Jean-Luc Mélenchon opposed Bernier, claiming the appointment disregards the election results. Marine Le Pen's National Rally Party, while willing to cooperate, will not join Bernier's government. Bernier's priorities include preparing the 2025 budget and addressing EU concerns over France's debt. The Democratic Republic of Congo received its first batch of 99,000 mpox vaccines, with another 101,000 expected by Saturday, according to the World Health Organization. Congolese health officials plan to begin administering the vaccines to frontline workers and close contacts of confirmed cases by early October. However, logistical challenges may delay the rollout. The mpox outbreak in Congo has overwhelmed the country's already strained health system. With 90% of global cases, Congo faces severe shortages in diagnostic tools, medicines, and basic care. The initial vaccine shipment donated by the European Union requires storage at extremely low temperatures, complicating distribution. President Felix has allocated 10 million to combat the outbreak, but hospitals are struggling with daily shortages of medicine and food. Over 600 children have died from mpox this year alone. The virus's spread is exacerbated by a lack of clean water, stigma, and limited healthcare infrastructure. The WHO and local charities continue to address the crisis as the rainy season approaches, which could worsen the situation. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Alex Morgan, 2-time Women's World Cup champion, announced her retirement from soccer in a heartfelt video. The 35-year-old forward revealed that she is expecting her second child, but also shared that she knew at the start of the year this would be her final season in the National Women's Soccer League. Morgan is set to play her last game with the San Diego Wave on Saturday. In her Instagram post, she expressed pride in helping push women's soccer forward and investing in future generations. Morgan reflected on her 30-year soccer journey, sharing how the sport gave her more than she ever imagined. She mentioned a recent moment when her 4-year-old daughter, Charlie, said she wanted to be a soccer player. Morgan felt proud not because of the dream itself, but because there is now a clear path for young girls in sports. Morgan also highlighted her role in the U.S. women's national team's fight for equal pay and thanked her supporters, saying she is excited to celebrate her final game with them. Ugandan Olympic athlete Rebecca Cheptegei died on Thursday after being set on fire by her boyfriend in Kenya, according to Uganda's Olympic Committee chief Donald Rukare. Cheptegei had suffered burns covering 80% of her body. The acting head of Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret reported that all her organs failed the previous night. The assault occurred on Sunday at Cheptegei's home in Endebess, Trans Nzoia County. Her boyfriend, Dixon Ndiema Merangaj, allegedly doused her with petrol and ignited the flames. Merangaj also sustained burns to 30% of his body. The attack reportedly happened shortly after Cheptegei competed in the marathon at the Paris Olympics, where she placed 44th. Witnesses included one of Cheptegei's daughters who saw the attack and attempted to get help. This incident follows other violent deaths involving athletes in Kenya, highlighting ongoing issues of violence against women. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,878.02. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 123.90 points or 0.65%. Tokyo stock close price is 36,657.09. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 390.52 points or 1.05%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,788.31. The Shanghai index is increased by 4.04 points or 0.14%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,444.30. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 13.04 points or 0.07%. Bombay stock close price is 82,201.16. The Sensex index is decreased by 151.48 points or 0.18%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Kamala Harris' fundraising in August reached over $300 million, doubling Trump's total. Kamala Harris targeted Trump's Project 2025 in new campaign ad. Trump lawyers and special counsel clash over case schedule after Supreme Court ruling. Trump proposes Elon Musk for efficiency commission in new economic plan. Hunter Biden submitted Alford plea in $1.4 million tax evasion case. NYC Uber and Lyft drivers threaten a strike over lockout issue. Putin backs Harris with a smile as the US officials condemn Russian election interference. Xi Jinping announces $50 billion financial support for Africa at Beijing summit. France appoints Michel Barnier as new Prime Minister. Congo receives first vaccine shipment amid ongoing mpox crisis. Soccer star Alex Morgan announced retirement. And Ugandan Olympian Rebecca Cheptegei dies after fiery attack by boyfriend. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.